Hello, everybody. This is your main man, Keith Fustis here from Keith Plays PS4 927. Happy Monday afternoon to all my viewers on this awesome channel. Today, the San Francisco 49ers will be traveling to Northeast Ohio in the Great Lake city of Cleveland, where the FirstEnergy Stadium touches Lake Erie and the area codes of 216 and 440 are also based in Cleveland. So, in this matchup, I'm going to call this the Ohio matchup because really, I know the Niners are really from California, but their owners, the DiBartolo York families, they are from Youngstown, Ohio, and they've been owners of the team since I think 77, the family itself. Like Edward owned them from 77 to 2000, and then I think some other family members uh took over for him. And then that was when Joe Montana, Steve Young, Dwight Clark, and Jerry Rice respectively all played for the Niners. So without further ado, let's get right into this. Welcome to FirstEnergy Stadium here in Cleveland, as the Browns are going to host the San Francisco 49ers, and they will battle each other off to see who will win today's episode.
Today, from FirstEnergy Stadium in Cleveland, Ohio, this is Madden football on EA Sports. Baker Mayfield and the Cleveland Browns versus Jimmy Garoppolo and the
You see the Cleveland skyline right there? Alright, as the Cleveland Browns, we are ready to kick off against the San Francisco 49ers here in the Great Lake city of Cleveland. So now the 49ers are ready to return, and they will get stopped at the 25-yard line there. And this will be a first time on the field for the quarterback, Jimmy Garoppolo, the former backup to Tom Brady when they both played for the New England Patriots under head coach Bill Belichick. So this is 1st and 10 now from the 25. They gain about 7 yards there with Raheem Mostert. 2nd down and 3 now from the 32 here in the 216 and the 440. All right, he gets sacked. And the Browns say they have the football, and they do, and it's Tay Davis. They gets the fumble recovery as we see the Oklahoma product, Baker Mayfield, and Austin, Texas native step onto the field for the first time today in this episode. So we're at 1st down. So when we get this 1st down, we'll be in red zone coverage. So unfortunately, that was the San Francisco 49ers' first turnover of the game right here. So, all right, which LSU product does Baker Mayfield want to pass to? Odell Beckham Jr., and he gets it in. Touchdown for the Browns. First receiving touchdown, and he will score the first points of the game for this Browns offense here, as it will be 7-0. What? That wasn't even that far of a pass right there, and he just got it in. Touchdown, Brown. So we will see you guys when we're on defense. All right, now it's 7-0 here for Cleveland as they get the ball. As Raheem Mostert will get stopped there at the 29. 2 rushes and 7 yards there for him that time. So now 2nd and 10. Now from the 29. He will run it. Doesn't gain any yards there. So it's now 3rd and 9. Forgot to mention earlier that this will be the 30th episode of Season 1. After we conclude the Eagles-Patriots game tomorrow, October 13th, we will start Season 2, and it will be the Vikings against the Bears in Chicago. So now the 49ers punt it, and Jarvis Landry, the LSU product, and really good friends with Odell Beckham Jr., he's going to return this out. I don't think we're going to get a touchdown. Not quite, but we got it down at the 38. So now it's first down and 10 from the 38 with 1:44 to go in the first quarter. And I'm going to pass it off to Nick Chubb. And I'm going to sub him out during the second and third quarters. I'm going to put him in for Kareem Hunt, the Willoughby native. Willoughby is it's just a small town right outside of Cleveland. I mean, never been there, but and they will get stopped at the 15. We're going to take our time out as we see this nice, lovely view of FirstEnergy Stadium. So now it's second down and 2 now from the 15. And they will get stopped at the 17. He doesn't gain any yards there. So it's third down and 4. So we're going to do a passing play. And I'm thinking that I might use Odell. Well, I'm going to think about using Baker Mayfield with his one rush and 12 yards in. So I'm thinking we could be able to use some Nick Chubb to run this in. And will he get it into the end zone? That is a yes. So this will be his first rushing touchdown of the game for Chubb and his Cleveland Browns. So we will see you guys at the second quarter. The first quarter is already over and the Browns are leading 14-0 here at FirstEnergy Stadium, located in Northeast Ohio in Cleveland. So FirstEnergy is an energy corporation based in Akron. So it's technically like Goodyear. It's based in Akron. So Firestone is also, I think, in Akron, or could be Detroit, Michigan. And really, towards Akron, LeBron James is from there. And he played most of his career with the Cleveland Cavaliers, with his hometown team. So as we see Jarvis Landry, he'll be our punt returner for the first half, primarily. And I think for the second half, we're going to use some Odell Beckham Jr. Okay, now this is first down and 10 now from the 8-yard line. We're way back. We need to get as many first downs as we can here. And we get a first down here at the 23. A rush of 15 yards there. And I kind of like this stadium because I like the aesthetics of it. Like, when you look of it, it has at least hosts over like 60, maybe 70,000 people in a game. I like the aesthetics outside of it, and it was a pretty good spot just to put it, like, looking over Lake Erie as Odell Beckham Jr. gets his reception there, and it's first and 10, and there's the 2-minute warning as it's still 14-0 here in Northeast Ohio in Cleveland. All right, now we got some. All right, now Odell Beckham Jr., he will get it down at the 39 there. 3 for 3. He's at a 158.3 passer rating, which is really, really good. And it's perfect, actually, if you really think about it. And I might gonna use some Rashad Higgins. Oh, dang it. Incomplete there. 3 for 4. But he will still achieve this perfect passer rating regardless if he makes more completions count. And Austin Hooper, the former Atlanta Falcons tight end, gets it down at the 10. So we are at red zone coverage and we're at goal line. So that is really, 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 really good. So now we're leading 14-0, hoping to get 21, and that will be a TD there by Jarvis Landry, his first receiving touchdown of the game. And Odell Beckham Jr. scored the other receiving, and Nick Chubb scored the team's only rushing touchdown so far. So without further ado, we will see you guys when we're on defense. Okay, now we are at 2nd and 21 as the 49ers take the timeout. There's looking over Cleveland, Ohio. We're at the 34-yard line. 2nd and 21 now for this 49ers team here. And that is an incomplete pass. It's now going to be 3rd and 21 after he makes his first incomplete pass of this episode right here for Jimmy G. They just won the Super Bowl. Oh, wait, excuse me. They just made the Super Bowl. They were NFC champions last season and lost the Chiefs. I wanted them to win, but the Chiefs won it anyway, as now we see the 49ers are ready to punt it off, and we're going to use some Juice Landry. That's what they call him on Twitter. That's what his name is according to Twitter, Juice Landry, but it's actually Jarvis. So, it is the end of the first half. It's now 21-0 here in Cleveland, Ohio in the 216 and the 440, and we will see you guys at the second half. All right, now for us Browns, we are ready to return here with Jarvis Landry, number 80 here in Cleveland. So now, he's going to run this out, and he will get stopped at the 33 there. And this will be a 1st and 10 from the 33-yard line here. We have 153, I think, total yards in this game, if I'm not mistaken. And we get down at the 42, 3 rushes and 30 yards. When I think of 330, it reminds me of the Youngstown, Akron area code. As we see, he makes the juke move there. And we see Odell Beckham Jr. get a reception. So it's 1st and 10 now. 121 passing yards there, all by Baker Mayfield himself. Now it's 1st and 10. All right, he's going to pass it off to some Odell Beckham Jr. 25-yard reception there. So 218 total yards on offense here in Cleveland. So I might just run it in with Mayfield and get it in for a touchdown. And he gets sacked at the 3-yard line. So hopefully we can get it in. And we do, and that is a touchdown. First rushing touchdown of the game for Baker Mayfield, as he has 2 passing touchdowns here in Cleveland. So he just runs it in. Touchdown, Cleveland. So we will see you guys when we are on defense. All right, now we are on defense here at the Niners are at the 1-yard line. Here it's 3rd and 40 now. Niners have the ball. And they will get stopped there. All right, and now the Cleveland Browns. Sheldon Richardson sacks Jimmy Garoppolo in his own end zone for a 2-point safety as he just looks across the field trying to find his quarterback, his receiver, and he gets sacked. 2 points for Cleveland. And Sheldon Richardson makes those 2 points count for the defense. So it's now going to be 30. I'm thinking it will be down at the 20-yard line. So we only got 28 seconds to go in this 3rd quarter. And then it will be the 4th quarter. And now Kareem Hunt is going to run it. And he will get stopped at the 37 there. And now we got 7, 6, 5, 4, Will we hopefully get a first down? No, we don't. And we're going to sub out for Nick Chubb here. It's the end of the third quarter as it's now 30-0 here in Northeast Ohio. Okay, now we are at the fourth quarter now as we got 2nd and 1 here. Hopefully Austin Hooper, he's going to get the touchdown, but he will be stepped out at the 27. 173 yards in this game for Baker Mayfield. All right, now we're going to use some Nick Chubb to run it. And for the first down, it's down at the 11. 6 rushes and 46 yards there by Nick Chubb. And he has 1 TD as well. Just keep that in mind. So now I'm going to use some Baker Mayfield. I'm going to pass it off to Odell. It's not complete. 8 for 10 there that time. As we are still at the 11-yard line. And I'm thinking we should use some Odell Beckham Jr. Alright, now he will get it in. Touchdown, Browns. 6 points up on the board for them. Second receiving touchdown of this game. You know what? Instead of that, we're just going to do a 2-point conversion. Because I want to score 2 points and it will now be 38. And he makes it in for 2 points and that will be good. So we will see you guys when we are on defense. All right, now the Niners scored a touchdown. George Kittle with his first receiving touchdown of the game. And it's now 38-7 here in Cleveland, Ohio. George Kittle scores the first points of the game here, and we will see you guys when we have the ball. All right, the Niners attempt a PAT attempt, and it is good. 38-7 here in Cleveland. Now, and they're ready to kick off, and they got Jarvis, Landry ready to return here. And they will get stopped at the 27. So as we got 1 minute and 45 seconds to go in this game, we're leading by total offense regardless because we scored more touchdowns and gained more first downs. 7 rushes and 60 yards there. They're in the red zone. First down zone. Red zone is like from the 20-yard line to the end zone. And they get down at the 48. 8 rushes and 71 yards there for Nick Chubb. So we got a minute to go in this episode. For this second to last episode of Season 1. 9 rushes and 76 yards there. So we're going to have to take the knee. I know. As it's now going to be 3rd and 5. Clock is winding down here in Cleveland. The Browns are going to take the W here at home in FirstEnergy Stadium against the San Francisco 49ers. As the final score will be 38-7 here in Cleveland. And they're doing a pretty significant job. And they get stopped there. And now the game is over. The Browns have taken the W in the 2-1-6 and the 4-4-0 at home against the visiting San Francisco 49ers, owned by the DeBartolo York family of Youngstown, about an hour from Cleveland. And it's 38-7 here in Cleveland. And we will show you statistics in just a moment. All right, now the team stats. We won today 38-7. Our total offense was 346. Theirs was 60. 42 rushing yards. We got 163 there. 18 passing yards. We got 183. We got 14 first downs there. We got 81 punt return yards. They got the 49ers had 150 kickoff return yards while we had 55. Total yards 42 for Cleveland, 210 for San Francisco. The Niners only had one turnover, and it was that fumble recovery where we got into the red zone just perfectly. So the Niners were 0 for 4 on third down conversion. We were 2 for 2 for the Browns on third down. Fourth down conversion, they were 0 for 1. Browns did not do one. 2-point conversion, we did make it. We got 100% there. No penalties regardless. And okay, now Baker Mayfield had a perfect passer rating of 158.3, 9 out of 11 there, 184 yards, and 3 touchdowns. 81 of his passes were completed. 77 for Jimmy Garoppolo of his passes were completed as well. 140.2 passer rating was 7 for 9, 79 yards, and 1 TD. Rushing wise, Nick Chubb has 11 attempts, 93 yards, and 1 touchdown. Raheem Mostert had 8 carries, 35 yards, and no touchdowns. Kareem Hunt had 5 carries, 56 yards, and no touchdowns. Baker Mayfield had 3 carries, 14 yards, and 1 TD there. George Kittle had the most receptions because he had 7 for 79 and 1 TD there. So that was the only receiver for this Niners team. He was the only receiver that caught passes. So Odell Beckham Jr., he had 6 receptions, 118 yards, and 2 touchdowns there. Austin Hooper had 2 receptions, 56 yards, and no touchdowns. Jarvis Landry had 1 reception for 10 yards, and that was the touchdown. Let's see the sacks. Myles Garrett had 2 sacks for Cleveland. Carl Joseph had 1.5. Sheldon Richardson had 1 sack, and that was that 2-point safety. Olivier Vernon had a sack. Javon Clonaugh had a sack. DJ Jones had a sack. Grant Deplete had a sack, half of it. And fumble recovery wise, it was Tay Davis. And safeties, it was Sheldon Richardson who scored Cleveland's only 2-point safety. And there were no defensive touchdowns there. But I do want to say thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Please stay tuned for more content in the near future. And see you guys next time.